everybody. How's it going? We're back. It's Tuesday, March 31st. We are here to tell you about 5 things you need to know for today. First, a question. I want to know, what are you most appreciative for right now? Tell us. Tell us via Twitter, Facebook, however you want to talk to us. I'm going to tell you 5 things you need to know for today, and let's get into it. Number 1, Daddy Unscripted. Love in the time of COVID. So Tim Wheaton has been doing this podcast called Daddy Unscripted. I think a lot of people are familiar with our music shows, but people might not be as familiar with our sort of cultural shows. Daddy Unscripted is about parenting. It's about dads, talking about being dads, about their families. And he does a lot of great work. He cares a lot about families and understanding the link between, our parents and us as parents and our kids. And I think it's really interesting. I was on the show a couple of years ago. If you want to check that out, you can look it up. But Tim does a lot for the Osiris community. He's a great evangelist, but he also just has a really cool show that I think more people should know about. So he talks about sort of what we should be doing as parents right now. And I realize that not everyone listening or watching are parents, but there are a lot of us out there. And I think we can use all the guidance that there is. And this is just, Tim's take, but what do we need? What can we do? And what are our kids going through? And how can we make sure that they come out the other side in as good a shape as possible? I know I'm thinking about that every day. So I appreciate Tim's take on that. Link in the show notes. Check out Daddy Unscripted. All right, number 2, a new Broke Down pod today with lots of Grateful Dead and with artist Daryl Norson. Jonathan has been taking his responsibility very seriously to bring you all Grateful Dead music. And this is no exception. There's some 1969 Dead in here, tons and tons of Dead, and an interview with the artist Daryl, who has done art for tons of bands like Fish and Garcia Peoples and others. And good conversation, talk about a lot about the Dead and a lot about the culture, and then, play some Grateful Dead. So who doesn't need more Grateful Dead in their life? I need more Grateful Dead in my life. So listen to it. Number 3, our friends at No Simple Road have Kyle Hollingsworth from String Cheese Incident on. Kyle is of course the keyboard player for the band, but he also has a lot of other projects, has a lot of other interests. I've really enjoyed all the conversations I've had with him, and if you haven't checked out No Simple Road in a while, you need to check in with them. They're self-isolating out in Portland, and their whole family is together, and they're dealing with it, and they have a lot of good perspective on it. So if you haven't checked out No Simple Road, it's a great family to be part of, and we're glad they're part of the Osiris family. So check that out. All right, in live streaming news today, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Dinner and a Movie, the second one, which is coming from Meriwether Post Pavilion, July 27th, 2014. It happened to be my wife's birthday, and we had a real blast. We talked about this on HF Pod Live last night on YouTube, if you want to go back and listen to us talk about it before the show tonight. But we had a real blast at that show. It was one of the most memorable shows I've ever been to, and anyway, that's tonight. It's cool that Fish is doing these webcasts for free. There's an option to donate. The charity for today is Meals on Wheels, so you can check that out. Link in the show notes to where to get the webcast if you don't know already. But we hope you guys will tune in and support a good cause, and also relive this absolutely incredible show. All right, number 5, finally, at the same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, the Godwin Evan team is going to be going live. And that'll be on Osiris YouTube, link in the show notes. The Godwin Evan team is, they're funny. They've got a lot of good perspectives. I haven't heard from them since this started, so we're looking forward to hearing from them and seeing them. And I'm sure there'll be lots of good ween discussion, along with, jokes and discussions of everything else going on in the world. So check out Godwin Evan. That's also at 8:30, and you can go back and watch that on Osiris YouTube if you're watching Dinner and a Movie at the same time. So those are the 5 things that we think you should know for today, Tuesday, March 31st. And I think that's it. I hope you guys are enjoying this, guys and girls. I hope there's a lot of people who think this is cool. Let me know. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. Take it easy.